Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel, and we've got the Junker Queen's abilities. Do you remember this video I made a while ago? Do you remember the abilities may potentially have been leaked? Do you remember this post on Reddit? You may have noticed there it says disclaimer, this leak was confirmed. Lol. Yeah, this leak is 100% accurate, so whoever leaked this, keep your eyes on them. They've got all the details for Overwatch. Good lord. Okay, let's take a look at what Blizzard have actually released just. So they've released the ability kit for Junker Queen. Now, I do have video examples of these abilities, and we're going to go into detail in them or on them in a second. I'm quite excited, good lord. Anyway, Scattergun, this is a primary fire. It's a pump-action shotgun. Carnage, swing your axe to wound all enemies in front of you, dealing damage over time. Jagged Blade, passive, quick melee, wounds enemies, dealing damage over time. Active, throw your blade, can reactivate to return it. Good lord. Commanding Shout increases the health by 200, or increases health by 200, and nearby allies by 100, increases movement speed by 30%. Bloody hell. Rampage, charge forward, well, this is the ultimate by the way, wound enemies, dealing damage over time and preventing them from being healed. It is an absolute anti-nade of hell. What the Christ. Adrenaline Rush, heal from all damage over time dealt by wounds, and wounds are applied by basically all of your attacks with the exception of the shotgun. Good God. Okay, let's take a look at these in detail. The first one I want to show you guys is Commanding Shout. Now, in this very brief video clip, we can see the area of effect that sort of pulsates out from Junker Queen as she shouts, because obviously it's Commanding Shout. Any World of Warcraft players out there, if you play a warrior, you'll know what Commanding Shout is. It gives you health. They've basically robbed it from World of Warcraft, although this one gives you movement speed. This is what makes this potentially absolutely insane, and I think this sets the tone for the Junker Queen. She doesn't have barriers. She doesn't have any way of absorbing damage. She just goes in there and starts killing people, and that's actually pretty insane. So this ability, you pop Commanding Shout, increases your health by 200, increases the health of nearby allies by 100. So that's actually really nice, because I guess this is your tank ability, right? Because you can see if someone's dying, you can pop it and then maybe run over to them. Hey, or, well, I guess they have to be in the area of effect to take the extra health. Again, we don't know. These little kind of the minutiae of the skills, we'll find out as we get our hands on the hero next week. But yeah, still, this is a tank thing. So if you're standing next to her, she sees people taking burst damage, you can pop this, you can basically give people 100 health, which is really cool. It gives herself 200. But the funky thing with this is a 30% movement speed. This is a tank with an AoE movement speed buff. Only Lucio has this in the game. There is another hero, that's called Orisa, that has a movement speed buff, but it's only for herself. It doesn't affect allies. This does. This means Junker Queen, she's almost like a... she's like a rush tank. She's not a dive tank. She's a rush down tank. She's going to rip her entire team with her through that choke, and they're going to absolutely murder. That is mental. Let's take a look at Jagged Blade. So this has got two components to it, which is really cool. So passive, quick melee, wounds enemies, dealing damage over time. Now, we know that what this does is applies a damage over time to the target that you hit. However, you get health back from the damage you cause to that target. Now, I'm going to assume you can hit all 5 targets on the enemy team and get an absolute ton of self-healing and self-sustain from this, although you wouldn't run around meleeing people. But don't worry about that, because she's got a whole host of other abilities that also apply wounds to enemies, which is absolutely mental, especially Carnage, but we'll get onto that in a second. However, for this, active, throw your blade, can reactivate to return it. Now, in the clip, we just see this thrown straight into Bastion, and then it's returned, and it's like a poor man's Road Dogg hook in a way. However, this, I believe, can be thrown into the environment. So you can throw this into the floor and then call it back, and it will hit multiple targets on the way back and give you a ton of wounds. So you get a ton of healing, and you're doing a bit of damage to the enemy. It's probably not insane levels of damage, but you're getting a ton of healing. So you can imagine Junker Queen's initiation probably starts off something like she's running towards you. Maybe she pops Commanding Shout, so she's running quick, and then she absolutely yeets Jagged Blade through the team, rips it back through them, and then just starts getting stuck in with all of her abilities. I mean, this is mental. This sounds absolutely mental, and it looks really cool as well. Let's take a look at Carnage. Now, this is a massive swing of the axe. Now, this is, again, is a little bit weird in the way this works. I was assuming that she could just whip out the axe and run around with a big axe, but it looks like this is just an ability on a cooldown, so she pops it, swings the axe around, and it's almost like a Reinhardt hammer swing, it appears to be. But this hits targets in front of her, so this is obviously a bit stronger, well, quite a lot stronger in terms of damage and the area of effect, the arc in front of her than her melee attack. However, it also applies wound to the targets, so yeah, what the hell, that is sick. It doesn't actually say it there, but this has been confirmed by Jeff Goodman, I believe, in the... It's one of the clips taken from the... I should probably find it and put it in the video. Whatever. Guys, just believe me. This causes wounds on targets. It's from the live stream clip they put out, but it's buried somewhere. But whatever. This does cause wounds. So you can imagine. You run in. You throw your dagger first. You pull it back. That's got wounds. You're running in. You're shotgunning people. You're slamming them with this Carnage. And getting even more wounds on them and getting even more healing. I mean, it just sounds absolutely mental. Yeah, actually, I don't even need to prove it, do I? Look, you can see the damage over the time effect on Zen as he backs up. Like, I'm an idiot. Like... So that confirms wounds. Awesome. Rampage. Okay, this is the ultimate, and this is... good lord. Again, this wounds everybody. Like, everything wounds everybody with this hero. So she charges forward, wounds enemies, dealing damage over time, and then here is the big thing, stops them from healing. Yeah, this is an anti-nade. This is the first hero in the game after Anna who has got a anti-heal, well, let's just call it anti-nade because we're Overwatch fans, right? An anti-nade mechanic. There's no other hero that can do this apart from Anna. That is incredibly powerful, especially for a tank. What I am thinking about when I look at Junker Queen is like, can she actually die in 1v1? If she has got anybody close to her, she is never going to die because she's got a ton of healing from all of the wounds she's going to cause to you. How do you kill her? I don't know. I really want to see a Reinhardt versus Junker Queen. Okay, maybe Rein could pin her and that might be enough damage to maybe kill her, but the damage on that's been nerfed, so I don't know. But Rein can't heal himself, can he? And Junker Queen can. And also she's got commanding shout, so she could effectively kite him with the movement speed. And also that gives her health. There's a lot of questions here. She seems really, really good. So what about the Scattergun? Well, I've got a little bit of gameplay footage here. Not much, but it's just a pump action shotgun. Don't expect this to do a lot of damage because she's a tank. She shouldn't be doing massive amounts of damage with like one-shotting people. But yeah, it's fine. It goes with a kit. And finally, this is the passive Adrenaline Rush. So this is what makes her heal. So heals from all damage over time dealt by wounds. And remember, all of your abilities effectively cause wounds. Jagged Blade, every target it hits, gives them a wound. Carnage, every target it hits, applies a wound to them. Rampage, every target it hits, applies a wound to them. So there is a absolute metric ton of self-healing with this tank. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been pretty cool to make an ability breakdown thing for a new hero. I must admit, though, it is kind of deflating when they literally just put this on Twitter as a picture and they're like, there you go. Here's all the abilities for the hero. Anyway, it's good to know, I suppose. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think about this hero in the comments below, and I will catch you lovely lot on the next video. See you soon.